everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Yummy Brown of Yommycrochetlogy, and today's tutorial is our Rosié Ruffled Sleeve bralette. It is very cute and perfect for summer, and it has a nice ruffle in the sleeve and a bow in front. It could be worn off shoulder or typical sleeve. It's perfect for summer wear, so I can't wait to wear mine this summer. And also, this will be available in my Etsy shop, so please do check the link in the description box below. So if you like my content that talks about crochet and styling our crochet pieces, please smash that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. So let's get started. So these are the materials that we will be needing for this tutorial. We need bra pads, a circular one, 3 hooks, sizes 375, 350, and 3mm hook, darning needles, scissors, and tape measures and stitch markers. And of course, we need the yarn. I've got here 2 kinds of weights of yarn. I've got the lightweight, which is category 3, and a super fine yarn, which is 1. The lightweight will be the bodies, and then the super fine will be the ruffles. So measurement is your bust size divided by 2 minus 10 cm, and then that would be the total of the length of your panel, each panel. As for the 14 cm, that is how long your cup is, okay? That is to cover our cup. So if you have bigger cup size, your panel is a little bit bigger than 14 cm. So we're starting our work with 3.75mm hook, category 3 yarn. So we're starting the panel here and make a chain of 27. And that 27 is for 14 cm. Okay, so again, if your cup is longer than 14 cm when you measure it, so then you will have more foundation chain. Make sure you start with an odd number. So I have here testing my foundation chain of 27 if it actually covers my bra pads, and it's perfect. You may do so as well for your cup size. And then we will change our hook into 350mm hook. This will be our working hook for the panel. And then single crochet across. You should have 26 this time. So I'm at the end of my first row of single crochet. I'm closing the row with the same stitch, single crochet. So now we have to repeat the single crochet row back and forth until we have 3 rows in total. So chain 1 again and turn your work and single crochet across until you reach at the end. So I have here the last stitch of my 3 rows of single crochet. Again, I will close the row with the same stitch of single crochet. So that's the first 3 rows of our panel. Again, keep checking your panel if it actually covers the bra pad, if it didn't shrunk, because sometimes our tension can actually cause that to our work. So since it's good, we're good to go. This time we will start the mixed grit stitch, chain 2, turn your work. And on the next stitch you have to make a single crochet and a double crochet all at the same stitch. Again, skip 1 stitch and make a single crochet and a double crochet into the next stitch. So we're starting the mixed grit stitch here. Again, skip a stitch and make a single crochet and double crochet into the same stitch after your skip. To continue your pattern of single crochet, double crochet until you reach at the end of your row. We have 2 stitches left at the end of the row, so we skip 1 and we single crochet at the last stitch. So there's your fourth row for the panel and the start or the beginning of our mixed grid stitch. Again, chain of 2, turn your work. This time we will be working on the top of each double crochet from the previous round. So you have to actually look for that double crochet from the previous round. So that's my double crochet there. It's kind of like the diagonal in this side. Okay, this is my double crochet. If you're having a hard time finding your double crochet, the easiest way is to skip one. And once you skip that one stitch, the next is the double crochet. So we will work into the top of the double crochet. Mine is that one there. And I will insert my single crochet and again double crochet on the top of the double crochet from the previous round. So there you go. And again, find the next double crochet from the previous round. In my case, this one here. So I will insert my hook and make a single crochet on top of the double crochet from the previous round and make a double crochet in the same stitch. The same pattern, but the difference is we are working on the top of the double crochet from the previous round. Continue that pattern until you reach at the end of your row. So I'm here at the end of our row and we have 2 stitches left. So skip one and then single crochet at the top of your last stitch, okay? So that is what our panel looks like right now. And you have to repeat the pattern of mixed grid stitch until you have 35 cm or enough to cover half of your body. And again, we will repeat the pattern, chain 3 instead of 2. I know I chained 2 here, but I was actually using chain 3. Okay, so it is a correction. You have to use a chain 3 to keep your work straight in the side. And again, continue your mixed grid stitch pattern of single crochet and double crochet in the same stitch or at the top of your double crochet from the previous round. I have here my last row for the panel and I have few stitches left and I will continue the pattern of mixed grid stitch to close this row. So there you go, we're done with our panel. This is what our panel looks like and we have 50 rows for 35 cm. And again, this is how you measure or get the measurement for the panels. Okay, so this is 14 cm and 35 cm length. And now we will make the folds. The folds is actually 6 cm. Yours may be different if you have bigger cup size. Okay, so this is changeable. So first is grab a little bit of your panel and fold it in the side and put a pin, okay? You have to secure it with a pin and then another fold in the other side, okay? So the folds are actually facing downwards or going down. Now that we have our panels here secure with pins, we have to single crochet where the folds are, okay? So if you want a detailed tutorial how to put a bra pants or bra cup for our bandeau or so we will attach again our yarn in the corner of our folds. So I will start here and secure the yarn, make a knot. And then a chain of 1 and then single crochet in every stitches. So if you've noticed, there's two folds here, so make sure you also get the two pieces of your crochet garments. Make sure you insert your hook both of that folds. It's a bit tricky, but you'll manage to get it. So it should look like this once you single crochet both folds of your panel. So you have to continue your single crochet, and again make sure that you folds of your panel. Okay, so make sure you insert your hook in both of them until you reach at the end. So we're pretty much at the end of our row, so we will finish it with single crochet, and then if you have unnecessary yarn you can cut it off and remove the pin. Your folds should look like this, okay? And then turn your work, do not make a chain, turn your work and decrease. Decrease means 2 single crochet together. Okay, so we're starting the decrease row here. And then single crochet across until you have 2 stitches left. I have here my last 2 stitches, so again we will decrease at the end. We will repeat the pattern of decrease in the beginning and decrease at the end until you have 5 stitches left. So continue the pattern of decrease in the beginning and end until you have 5 stitches left. I have here my 5 stitches left. So once you have 5 stitches left, you have to stop the increase, you have to stop the decrease, and then chain of 1 and single crochet in every stitches. So you should have 5 stitches all in all. So repeat the pattern of 5 single crochets across, back and forth until you have 5 rows total. So I have here my 5th row, or the last row of single crochet rows, and we will close it with single crochet, and then we will proceed to our next row, chain 1, and this time we will increase. Increase means 2 single crochet in the same stitch or the first stitch, and then single crochet across until you have 1 stitch left. So we have here our last stitch, and again increase in that stitch. So the row goes increase in the beginning, single crochet in between, and then you have to increase again at the end of your row. And repeat that pattern until you have 6 rows total. So we have here the last row of our increase. Again, we will increase at the end of the row or the last stitch. So we will put 2 single crochet together in that 1 stitch. So that's what our panel looks like right now, and this time we will chain 1 and single crochet across. So no increase, no decrease, just single crochet back and forth across the panel until you have 10 rows total. So place a stitch marker to your first row of single crochet across until you have 10 rows. Okay, so you need to put a stitch marker so you will remember where is your first rows. So I have here my last row of single crochet back and forth, and we will close it with a single crochet. So that's the end of our row that has no increase nor decrease. And then chain 1, and this time we will have a decrease in one side. Okay, so single crochet across the panel, and then once you have 2 stitches left, you have to decrease. Okay, so you decrease at the end of your row. And then turn your work. Since we end with a decrease, we have to start the next row with a decrease. Okay, so your decreases should come next to each other. So this time we will decrease in this first of the rows, first stitches of the row, okay, because we want the decrease in this side. And then single crochet after you decrease until you reach at the end. So we're at the end of this row and we don't need to decrease in this side, okay? We want it to keep straight. Only in this side is the decrease, okay? So chain of 1 and turn your work and single crochet across until you reach the end of your row or where the decrease is. So you have to continue the pattern of decrease in one side of your panel until you have 2 stitches left. And then we have 2 stitches left. So we will decrease in these 2 stitches and then chain of 1 just to make our work a little bit pointy. So now your panel should look like a leaves, okay? And then we will single crochet around the panel's edges until you reach in this side. So just simple single crochet around your panel. So we're here at the end of the row and we will finish this row with a slip stitch to the first stitch that we made. Okay, so our single crochet around the panel is complete. And this is what it looks like. It looks like a little leaf, and then the panel is a lot cleaner that we have that single crochet around the edges, and you have to make 2 panels. Repeat the pattern, repeat the same procedures until you have 2 panels, okay? So once you already have your 2 panels, you have to attach the ribbon together. So this is what our panels look like. And then in attaching your ribbon, you have to make them face wrong side each other. So you're facing the right side of your project, okay? And then get your needle and a yarn and we will start stitching the ribbons together, okay? And then you turn your work and repeat the back stitch, going back where you started, okay, just to make our bralette secure. Once you're done, you can snip off the yarn, and this is what our bralette looks like. And this time we will make a knot, okay, using the neck of your ribbon. So this thin part here, we will make a knot. You have to make sure that the big part or the big heads of this ribbon out of the knot. Okay, you have to pull that head of your ribbon out of the knot. Okay, so you're basically just tying the neck or the thin part of your ribbon. So your ribbon should look like this. Okay, so this time we will single crochet the back to connect them together. So wrong side facing, so you're facing the wrong side, and align your panels together like so. Grab your yarn and hook, and this time we will attach our yarn in this corner and make a single crochet. Make sure you single crochet these 2 panels. Okay, just insert the hook in both panels, the front and the back. Okay, and then make a single crochet until you reach at the end of your panel. So we're here at the end of the panel or row, and we will single crochet or finish the row with single crochet. Make sure you grab both panels and single crochet them together. Now you can flip your work, and this is what it looks like from the outside. So now we will proceed to our sleeves, and then you have to align all the center, the ones that you stitch at the back, and then the bow in the front, and put a stitch marker in each side where you want your sleeve is. Okay, and then attach the yarn once you're happy of your stitch markers placement, and then we will use a 3.25mm hook. And then chain 50 for small. If you are in size up, just add more chain. And once you're done with the chain foundation for your sleeve, we will slip stitch to our back panel. Just have to find the stitch that is aligned to your straps. Okay, so in my case, this stitch here, and I will just slip stitch to connect the sleeve to the top itself. And then once it's connected, I recommend fitting the top to see if your straps is too loose or too tight. And then we will move to the second row using a 3mm hook and slip stitch to the stitch after where you slip stitch in the first place. So you should have 2 slip stitch in this case, okay? The beginning and the end of each row. Then turn your work and single crochet across the sleeves. So I'm here at the end of the sleeve, and I have few stitches to finish it off with single crochet, and again we will end a row with a slip stitch. So you have to slip stitch to the panel itself. And that's the first row of single crochet for your sleeve. And then again, you will start the row with a slip stitch. The first slip stitch every row is considered as a turning chain. Okay, and then you will turn your work and repeat the single crochet rows until you reach in this side. And you have to have 4 rows of single crochet back and forth. And remember, you have to end the row with a slip stitch and start the row with a slip stitch. I have here my last row of single crochet row, and I will slip stitch into the panel or the crop top itself. So this is our 4 rows of single crochet. This time we will not slip stitch anymore, but instead we will chain 2. Okay, so no more slip stitch into the panel, but instead chain 2 and then double crochet across the sleeve. And you have to continue this double crochet around the straps and into the armpit. Okay, this part here is your armpit. You have to double crochet that until you reach into these 2 chain. So I'm here at the end of the row. This is my 2 chain at the beginning of the row, and you have to slip stitch into that. This is what our sleeves looks like right now. Then double crochet into the next 2 stitches. Then on the third, you have to make an increase. And again, 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So repeat the pattern of 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches and increase around the sleeve, including the armpit. So I'm here at the end of this row, and I have here my 2 chain in the beginning of the row and slip stitch, and then we will cut off our yarn. So we will move to the superfine or category 1 yarn. This is a lot thinner than the ones that we use into the bodies. The reason for that is we want our ruffles to be bouncy and not stiff. And then we will be working into this rows of single crochet and the double crochet rows. Okay, that is your working area. Find the last or the first stitch of your single crochet row and attach your yarn in there. And this time make a chain of 2. That's 1 and 2. And we will be using front post double crochet into the single crochet rows of the sleeve, this one here. So you have to make a front post double crochet in every stitches or in every single crochet in the row of single crochet in your straps. Okay, continue your front post double crochet until you reach at the end of your single crochet row in the sleeves. So this is what our front post double crochet looks like right now, and you follow this row of single crochet until you reach here. So we're here at the end of the row, the single crochet rows, using a front post double crochet. And then I will do a tiny U-turn. It's not really turning a row, but it's more like a U-turn to go to these double crochet rows. Okay, so you have to do a U-turn and pick a stitch just closest to your last stitch and make a front post double crochet. It's still in one row. We didn't end the row. We're still working on the front post double crochet, but this time we insert our hook into the double crochet row of our strap. Continue your front post double crochet until you reach at the end of your double crochet row, the sleeve. So I'm here in this row, and this time we will use the third double crochet row of our straps, and we sort of again make a little U-turn, okay, using the closest stitch to your hook, and continue your front post double crochet. Okay, so you can see that there's this little U shape again, like a U-turn. I called it a U-turn. And continue your front post double crochet. So we're still doing a front post double crochet, but this time we're in the last row of the double crochet of our sleeve. Continue that until you reach at the end of your double crochet row. And I'll show you again how to go into your armpit using a front post double crochet. So I'm here at the end of the double crochet row, and I'm still using a front post double crochet, and we continue our work all the way to the armpit. So this part here is the armpit, and I still use the front post double crochet. So now we're here at the end of the armpit, and in this U shape here, or U-turn, you have to slip stitch your work in there. Okay, this U-turn here, you slip stitch your work there. So again, I'll show you the direction of our work, okay, or the direction of our ruffles, because this is what we're gonna follow every row from now on. We started here in this part. This is the row of single crochet in the straps, and then we make a front post all the way to the end, and this U-turn here, as you can see, it's a U shape. It's a turning, okay, from the single crochet all the way to the double crochet rows of your sleeve. So you can see the U shape. That's how we sort of turn our work, and then continue the front post in the middle, or the second double crochet row from the sleeve, and then again there's another turn here, or U shape, and that's the last row of your sleeves, which is the double crochet, and again continue all the way down and continue to your armpit. Okay, so this is the armpit area, and we still use the front post double crochet, as you can see that, and slip stitch into the nearest U or turn. So that's how our direction goes. So chain 2 this time, and then in the next 2 stitches you have to double crochet. So 1 double crochet in each 2 stitches. That's 1 and then 2. Okay, and then this time we will increase. The increase here is 3 double crochet in the same stitch. The reason for that is we want a lush, bulky ruffles. So you have to continue the pattern of 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches and then increase. Again, remember the increase is 3 double crochet in the same stitch. And just follow your front post double crochet. That's we will be working from now on. So we're here at the end of our row, and this is the first row of our increase in the ruffles. As you can see, it already starts to show an increase or ruffles in the sleeve. And then we just follow this front post double crochet from the previous round. Again, we will repeat the pattern of chain 2, turn your work, and 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then on the third, you have to make an increase. Again, the increase here is 3 double crochet, okay, to give us that look of lushness. And you have to repeat this pattern of increase 4 times, or until you have 4 rows total. And you'll just have to follow these rows. You just have to follow these rows around the sleeve. So I'm here at the end of my 4th row of the increase row. So this is what our ruffles looks like after 4 rows of increase. It's very pretty and it has that lush look on it. And again, we will add more 2 rows. This time it's a different pattern. So chain of 2 and then turn your work. You have to make double crochet in the next 10 stitches. Okay, so this time 10 double crochet in the next 10 stitches. Okay, so I have here my 10 double crochet, and then on the next 10 stitches you have to make 10 treble crochet. So this time it's treble crochet. So treble crochet, wrap your yarn twice into your hook and insert it into the stitch, and yarn over, pull it through the first 2 yarns, yarn over and pull it through the first 2 yarns, and yarn over and pull it through till the end. So remember, your treble crochet is taller than your double crochet, and you have to make 10 treble crochet. So this is my last treble crochet for the 10th treble crochet. So as you can see, this is our pattern goes 10 double crochet and 10 treble crochet. Repeat that until you reach at the end of your ruffles, and you have to make 2 rows. Okay, so I'm here at the end of my second row of double crochet and treble crochet, and this time we will close it off and cut off the yarn. So that's the end of our ruffles. So this is what it looks like right now. It's very pretty and lushy. So this time we will go back to our main yarn, which is the lightweight or category 3, and attach it to your other side of bralette, and we will make a chain of 62, and 62 is for small. If you are size up, just put another chain. And this is my 62 chain, and slip stitch to the back side of the bralette. This time turn your work, and the direction of our scallop is from here around the edges all the way to the front, and then into the other sleeve and go back at the back where we started. Okay, so this time we're making a scallop, so single crochet in the next stitch and skip 1, and then at the next you have to make 5 double crochet. Skip 1 again and single crochet in the next. So repeat your scallop around the edges. So I'm here at the end of my row for the scallop, and I make sure that the strap should be behind the scallop, and then slip stitch to the single crochet that we made in the beginning of the row, and then we can cut off the yarn. So this time we will make the waist chain 100. Then slip stitch into your first stitch marker in the waist part. And then we will single crochet around the bralette until we reach into our second stitch marker. Okay, so just single crochet around the bralette. So I reach into my second stitch marker of my waist area, and then this time we will chain 100, okay, to match up the other side of our the other chain that we made before. And then you can cut off your yarn, and that's it. That's the end of our tutorial, and hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. And if you prefer a written pattern, this is available in my Etsy shop. So thank you so much, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comment section how did you go, and I hope to see you again sometime next week. Goodbye! Watching every move you make, and I'll keep my guard up, lie awake, and now you've crossed that line. I'm up all night, I'm gonna sleep with one eye